Hello class, welcome to another lesson. Today's learning goal is I can determine if a relationship is proportional and I can find the constant of proportionality or the unit rate in a proportional relationship. So, a proportional relationship is a relationship between two quantities, the y and the x, that vary directly with each other. That is, where y equals k times x. Right here. K is called the constant of proportionality. Thus, k equals y divided by x. So here's what we mean by that. If I wanted to isolate this k right here, what I would do is divide both sides by x. And when I do that, these x's cancel out over here. So what we are left with is k on one side and y divided by x. So to find the constant of proportionality inside a relationship between numbers, it is y, which is the dependent variable, and x, the independent. Okay. In word problems, this is known as the unit rate. So let's talk about what this all means right now. So, it says determine if the table represents a proportional relationship. If yes, determine the constant of proportionality. So we said that a proportional relationship will have a constant of proportionality. Okay? And what this table is saying is that when you do y divided by x for each one of these, they should all equal each other. So we're saying that y, which is in this line right here, 48 divided by 4 should be, if this is a proportional relationship, 84 over 7, which should be also 120 divided by 10. So let's check it out. 48 divided by 4 is 12. I'll write 12 right here. So we've done that one. 84 divided by 7 is also 12. That's the same thing, so that's good. And so far it's a proportional relationship. And 120 divided by 10 is 12 as well. So therefore this is a proportional relationship because the constant of proportionality between all three of these parts are 12. So the constant of proportionality is 12. It is a proportional relationship. Problem number 2. It says determine if this is a proportional relationship. Again, we're going to do the dependent variable divided by the independent variable, the y divided by the x. And if this is a proportional relationship, we're saying that 100 divided by 1 is the same thing as 300 divided by 3, which is the same thing as 550 divided by 5. It's 550, okay, not a 6, 50, which is the same thing as 600 divided by 6. So let's see if this is a proportional relationship. 100 divided by 1 is 100. Okay, so we did that one. 300 divided by 3 is 100 as well. So looking good so far. 550 divided by 5 is 110. So therefore this part right here makes this so that the table does not represent a proportional relationship. So this is a non-proportional relationship and there's no constant of proportionality. Question number 3. Determine if this is a proportional relationship. So again, we're going to do the dependent variable divided by the dependent variable. So we're going to do 1/2. If this is a proportional relationship, should be equal to 2/4, which should be equal to 4/8, which should equal to 5/10. So 1 divided by 2 is 0.5. So we did that one. 2 divided by 4 is 0.5. So we're good there. 4 divided by 8 is 0.5. And so far proportional. And 5 divided by 10 is also 0.5. So therefore, this is a proportional relationship with a constant of proportionality as 0.5. take a look at this table and try and see if it's a proportional relationship or not on your own. So here again, we're going to take the dependent variable divided by the independent variable. Okay, so the y on top of the x. So we have 2 over 1 is hopefully proportional to 4 over 2, which is hopefully proportional to 6 over 3, which is hopefully proportional to 6 over 4. And let's see if that's the case. So 2 over 1 is 2, so we did that one. 4 divided by 2 is 2, so we're looking good so far. 6 divided by 3 is also 2, good so far. 6 divided by 4, that one is 1.5, so this part right here makes this a non-proportional relationship. Therefore, there is no constant of proportionality. Pause the video and try this one on your own. This one, again, we're going to multiply the y, the dependent variable, or divide the y by the x. That is the dependent variable by the independent variable. So we have 23 over 1 is hopefully proportional to 36 over 2, which is hopefully proportional to 75 over 5. Let's try it out. 21 divided by 1, or 23 divided by 21 is 23. We did that. 36 divided by 2 is 18. So this part makes it unproportional, or non-proportional. Therefore, there is no constant proportionality. Here, we are asked to fill in the table so that the relationship is proportional and find the constant of proportionality for that relationship. So let's first find the constant of proportionality for that. And that again is going to be y divided by x. So here we have 26 over 20, which as a decimal is 1.3. Let's see if that's the same thing for the other one, just to double check ourselves. Okay, so we're going to do the y, which is 66.3 divided by 51. And according to calculator, that is 1.3 as well. So our constant of proportionality, or our k value, is 1.3. Okay. So, going back to our original equation for what a proportion looks like, we've been doing this one right here. We've been using this, not that. We've been using this formula right here, k equals y over x. But we can also use this one right here, y equals k times x. Okay. We can use that to find our values of y. So we found our k value. So again, the formula was y equals kx. Our k value is 1.3, so we plug that in for k. And so the formula now becomes y equals 1.3x. So now we simply plug in our x values to find our y values. So we're going to replace the x with 0 in order to do this top row right here. Okay, we're going to try to find that. So it's going to be 1.3 times 0 will get us our y value. If we do 1.3 times 0, it equals 0. Right there. What about 1? So we're going to try that again with 1. So we're going to do 1.3 times 1 to get our y value, which will be 1.3. Finally, we'll do that with the 19. So we have 1.3 times 19, which is our x, to find our y. And when we do that, we find that 1.3 times 19 is 24.7. Right there. Okay? So that's how you fill in a table in order to make a relationship between all of these parts proportional. Okay? And again, the k value we found by dividing the y by the x. Divide by 1.3. Here we're going to multiply it by 1.3 going the other way. Right?